This video will guide you through reviewing an early termination agreement. Early termination agreements are often needed when either party wishes to end a contract before its scheduled completion. If you have received an early termination agreement and need to review it, then this video is for you. Before we start, just a brief disclaimer. The following information is provided for educational purposes and in no way constitutes legal advice. For legal advice, we encourage you to consult a licensed attorney. We have also provided more information in the description, including how to find a lawyer. We will cover top considerations when reviewing an early termination agreement, key terms to find and understand in your document, and cost to hire a lawyer for review. We have also added a link in the description below with information on legal fees. Now let's get started. Top considerations for early termination agreements. Early termination agreements are legally binding documents that outline the conditions under which a party can terminate a contract prematurely. Before diving into specific terms, here are some top considerations to keep in mind. Notice period. Ensure that the agreement specifies any required notice period that must be given before termination. This is vital for compliance. Reason for termination. Understand what reasons are allowed for early termination, as this can impact your rights and potential penalties. Obligations post-termination. Determine what obligations, if any, both parties must uphold even after the agreement is terminated. And consequences of termination. It's critical to understand the consequences of early termination, including any penalties or forfeitures. Key terms to understand. Early termination agreements contain crucial terms that you should be aware of. Here are some key terms to look for. 1. Parties involved. Ensure the parties listed in the agreement are accurate, including their legal names and addresses. 2. Termination date. Review the specific date on which the termination will take effect. 3. Termination fees. Check for any fees associated with terminating the agreement early and understand how these are calculated. 4. Release of liability. Review any clauses that release either party from future claims following termination. This is important for safeguarding against potential litigation. 5. Confidentiality obligations. Identify any ongoing confidentiality obligations that may remain after termination. And 6. Final payments. Ensure the agreement outlines any final payments due upon termination, specifying the amounts and deadlines. Average cost to hire a lawyer. Hiring a lawyer to review your early termination agreement is always recommended. Contracts Council's marketplace allows you to post your project and receive competitive bids from lawyers to compare. Based on recent data, the average cost to review an early termination agreement is $340 on a flat fee basis. This is based on recent projects from across various U.S. states. Legal fees can vary based on the following factors. State or location. Lawyer fees may vary based on where they are located. For example, a lawyer in New York City will likely have a higher rate than a lawyer in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Length of contract. Given lawyers traditionally bill by the hour, a longer contract with more pages will require more of their time, which can make the legal costs higher. Complexity of terms. If there are complicated terms in the agreement, it can increase legal fees since it will require the lawyer to spend more time working on the project. And service required. You can hire lawyers for different services. If you simply need the contract reviewed and explained, this will be a lower fee than also meeting the contract redlined and negotiated. Reviewing an early termination agreement is critical to ensure that you understand your rights and obligations in case of early contract termination. If you need help from an experienced lawyer, feel free to search Contracts Council or visit contractscouncil.com and post a job to get quotes from lawyers to help you. Thanks for watching.